Prices were down till last year December. Prices have started picking up from that time, January 2021 onwards. Having said that, the prices are still under control. People are, in the secondary market, people are selling below the original price. And this is a time to buy because the prices are below the original price. And even developers are still providing service waivers, service charges waivers, and then they are also providing some kind of payment plans. Rentals are not down anymore. Rentals are slowly and steadily increasing. In the townhouses, the rentals have bounced back to a good amount of numbers. The pressure is still on the apartments because the supply is more, but that also are in pockets. Pockets like JLT, Business Bay, downtown, they have suffered in terms of rental income. Places like Greens and Greens and the Views, places like Marina, they have started picking up. Banks are providing very good mortgage rates at the moment, and when you do that, there are certain ready properties that are there in the market which are about to get handed over. So right now you just have to go ahead and sign an MOU, and based on the building construction certificate, you will get the mortgage of the property. And you will get very good evaluation because for the last 3 months, the sales have been high on that. You should be able to get good mortgage and you should be able to buy a property in a good price. This will depend on the number of years you've taken the mortgage for, but it will not be sufficient in the first year. But next year onwards, when the rentals would increase or improve rather, you will start getting mortgage payment done through the rental income. You can only mortgage a property when it's about to get handed over. That means the building construction certificate is ready from the developer's side. Then only you will get the mortgage. Otherwise, you will have to wait for the property to be handed over, and then the mortgage would be given to you. Now, while applying for mortgage, you have to send the MOU or the details which you have signed with the developer to the bank. Bank will do the evaluation. Based on that evaluation, they will provide you 80% of the property, that is 80% of the approved loan amount to you, and then you can proceed with the mortgage. You can mortgage on the basis of international bank accounts and the transactions in the bank account. It is subject to approval, but you can definitely mortgage the property, but you will only get 50% of the value of the property. My suggestion is always buy with the or invest in the top 3 developers. I can name them: Emaar, DP, Miraz, and even Deyar is a very good developer. Apart from that, they are very good reputed developers that have come from international markets and set up their construction companies here. We have data to provide you with their background and their successful projects across this region and across the world. That is good enough to take as a base to buy the property. So you should ask developers about the service charges. What would be the service charges of the property? If the property is on the ground floor, would the courtyard be charged considered in the service charges, or there'll be 25% that would be charged of the entire courtyard as service charges? That is number 1. Number 2 is you should also ask about what is the handover time. When would it be handed over? And what is the payment plan? And by when you will be able to sell the property if you want to sell in between. These are the key questions you can ask. Villas and townhouses have lesser service charges. It ranges from 3 to 4 dirhams to maybe 5 dirhams. When you talk about the apartments in good locations, it's from 16 to 17 dirhams per square feet, because there are a lot of services that are included when there are when there are apartments. You have the lifts that are running 24/7. You have a lot of lobbies that have to be managed. But when the townhouses are there, you don't have to, the developer doesn't have to manage all these things. It is the individual townhouses that are managing themselves in that area. That's the reason service charges are lesser in that area. In 1 year's time, it would go to at least 1.1, 1.15. So around 10% to 50%, it's going to grow for sure. If you have 1.5 million dirhams, I would recommend you to invest in a property which is about to get handed over. Properties like Cherrywoods, properties like Villanova, Amarantha, you can definitely invest in that. These are fabulous properties by very good developers, Meraas and Dubai Properties. And when it's about to get handed over, the prices would go up. It's started going up anyways. This will give you the opportunity to buy the townhouse in a very good price and a very good location where demand is already there. If you have 1.5 million dirhams, you will be easily getting a property which you can rent out easily, and you will get a very good return on your rental as your rental income. The townhouses that are coming on Al Qudra Road with developers of like DP, Meraas, Nashama, these are the places where you can invest in because the prices are still affordable there. Apart from that, you have apartments like Port Del Amer that are already getting handed over in the next few months, and the new phase is about to get launched. That is exceptionally well. Sobha is also doing some significant work around Maidan area. There you can also invest in apartments. There are good units coming up there as well. There are key pockets in Dubai where residential is doing very well. And there's some time when you can buy. The prices are still under control. In commercial, there are certain pockets where you should not buy because the commercial market has suffered significantly because of coronavirus issues. So those pockets have to be studied well, like areas like Business Bay, areas like JLT, areas like Marina should not be considered at this point in time. Having said that, something on Sheikh Zayed Road, which is in a prime location where supply is less and demand is more, you should invest in those kind of properties in commercial at the moment.